I'm a church kid. So like, you a preacher's kid? No, I'm a deacon's kid.
Okay.
So deacon's kid is different. You
Yeah,
know, you got to get to church early. And you leave late. You know what I'm saying? So you see everything. Come on, somebody. You gotta go visit the sick and shut in.
Yes, you do.
That's the deacon's kid. The pastor don't be doing none of that. The deacons be doing it. So you gotta do communion with the old folk. You know what I'm saying? Help them feed them applesauce, all that stuff. So
I grew up in church a lot too. You know what I'm saying? Just like you. I'm from a holiness church. I don't know if you know much about holiness churches.
I don't know about that.
Holiness churches, when it comes to shouting and getting down, there's a lot of dancing and praising God in there. You know what I'm saying?
Church,
Okay.
Look now, before I seen the Crip walk, I seen the Christ walk.
Come on,
that was getting that.
Hey, we gotta bring that out.
That's that
I done seen it now.
I mean, that Christ walk.
That's that walk.
That's a different walk. I gotta see that walk.
Look almost like the Crip walk.
Right.
Oh yeah.
It's the Christ walk.
The Highest Point Podcast.
More than a pod, it's a lifestyle.
Yo. Welcome to the Highest Point Podcast. This is a podcast for everyone, no matter where you're from, no matter what you've been through. You know you deserve the best and willing to put in the work for progress to reach the highest point. Okay. Now, speaking about reaching the highest point, people, we have a very special guest in the building. I'm talking about a stand-up comedian, a professional taste tester.
Come on, somebody.
And a social media star. We got Mr. Tim Shropshire in the building today, man. How you doing today, brother?
I'm chilling with family, man.
Yeah.
I'm good.
For sure, man. We so happy to have you on the show. So often people see the end result of people. They see you doing all these shows across the country. Mm-hmm. You got these millions of views on social media, and sometimes they can be assumed as overnight success.
Right.
And without realizing all the work put in, the sacrifice, the failures faced.
Come on.
Yeah.
So on this show, we like to focus in on the journey of our guests. The journey. So can we get a little bit of background about, where you're from and some of your family dynamics growing up?
All right. I'm born and raised Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Okay.
That's home. Now
Vietnam.
That's home.
Okay.
So that era I asked, I'm a church kid. So like, you a preacher's kid? No, I'm a deacon's kid.
Okay.
So deacon's kid is different. You got to get to church early. And you leave late. You know what I'm saying? So you see everything. Come on, somebody. You gotta go visit the sick and shut in.
Yes, you do.
That's the deacon's kid. The pastor don't be doing none of that. The deacons be doing it. So you gotta do communion with the old folk. You know what I'm saying? Help them feed them applesauce, all that stuff. So that's why I grew up, man. Church kid, military parents, and so grew up in a loving, spirit-filled home, like just family culture. Sit around the table, and every meal, we ain't sit at the TV, the dinner every night. 7:00 is dinner at the table. And that's where the stories come at. Dad telling stories, mom telling stories, and it just every time. So that's why I grew up in football was everything for me. I love you live, breathe football. That was a thing. Playing rec ball, on Saturdays. It was just me and my brother. We 4 years apart, and so and did that all the way through getting into college. And so Fayetteville's home. Fayetteville's home, and landed me in Greensboro because of sports. Yep. Okay. So and you already know how college is. That took off. That's just. Yeah, Lord have mercy. That's another phase. But for me, just a little country boy from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Yes, sir. Definitely. See, I'm a country boy too. You know what I'm talking about? So I relate to you, brother. So a lot of your comedy.
How country is country.
Man, when I say how country, I'm from Eastern North Carolina.
That's
out
chopped
there.
Barbecue.
You know what I'm saying? Like, one stoplight in Burt T. County.
Y'all real country. Y'all real country. Y'all real country.
But the city's so small, we call it the county. We go by the county.
Yeah. We ain't that country. Just the fact I'm in North Carolina, I call it country. You real country.
Yeah, man. And I grew up in church a lot too. You know what I'm saying? Just like you. My mom had me, my brothers, and my sister in there about 1 to 2 times a week. Sometimes 3.
Sometimes
if you ain't at least 2, you ain't doing it right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like.
And if you look around you and you don't see nobody that look your age around you, that's just how it is.
That's right.
That's just how it is.
Exactly, man. And having that strong foundation in church, I mean, before, like, I'm from a holiness church. I don't know if you know much about holiness churches.
I don't know about that.
Holiness churches, when it comes to shouting and getting down,
shouting,
it's
one of them.
It's a lot of that going on.
Singing and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of dancing and praising God in there. You know what I'm saying?
Church,
okay,
you know?
okay, yeah.
Everything, everything. Look now, before I seen the Crip walk, I seen the Christ walk.
Come on,
They was getting that.
Hey, we got to bring that out.
That's that
I done seen it now.
Okay. That Christ walk.
That's that walk.
That's a different walk. I got to see that walk.
Look almost like the Crip walk.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That's the Christ walk.
Christ walk.
They lift them arms up.
Boy, that is.
Get the go.
No, we grew up Baptist, man. We was quiet. We was quiet at the Baptist church. You know, preaching would preach not, but the quiet, you know, we just chill. So I grew up Baptist church. You know, men's choir and quartet groups and Jerry curls and gold tooth. You know, what I'm saying? Not gold teeth, gold tooth.
Gold tooth, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
just one.
Yeah,
and it's a cap.
Yeah, mint green suit.
I always try to figure that out.
And it's a cap. It's never a whole gold tooth.
That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what
For
it is.
real. So what you think that having that strong foundation in church, how you think that helped you navigate life and your career?
Just knowing this spots, I feel like a lot of people lead a faith because they see one side in the church and see another side at home. And the beauty of it, I saw the same person. I saw my parents love God, love people, and love us at home. Like they really, you mentioned about sacrifice and all that, but I really saw them, you know, sacrifice. I saw them how much they invested into us, loved us, forgave us for doing, you know, like, boy, me and my brother, we were cutting up. And but I think that's the biggest thing. We knew they showed us love, you know, unconditional love. And so that's what really helps me now. That's what shapes and molds me as a father and husband now, you know, because of the model that my parents did.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
That's so important, man. That's so important.
Oh yeah.
Now I know you said you had was one of your parents a pastor, or you say it was deacons? Like,
yeah, so my dad he a new pastor. He done waited to this thing. They become a pastor.
Okay.
So my dad and my mom, they pastor together. So it's only been, I'll say, 4 years.
Oh wow.
You know, 4 years. So the majority of my life it's been deep.
Okay.
Deep. You know what I'm saying? Been deep. You know what I'm saying? So
deacons be up there preaching too.
No. Deacons just be helping, you know, leading devotions, don't know the words to the song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's you know, deacons are like the runners. They be doing all the heavy loads. So that's what I grew up in, you know.
Yeah.
But it taught you service, you know, and being a servant, you know, just helping and seeing any way that you can just help.
Yeah.
You know, versus always putting out being the face of everything. It's really, you know, it's dope that we talking about it because it's helped me understand me too. You know, but that's what kind of built like why I just love people. I love talking with people. I love stand-up comedy, but I love after the show when I get to talk with people.
Yeah.
You know, I get to know where you from. Oh, you drove 2 hours to come here. Oh, you never heard of me before. Oh, I'm glad you here. Like that I love
just
the
that
conversation.
Interaction with people. Yeah.
It's so important, man.
Yeah, and then we country boy, you know. So we gonna speak to you already. You know, we speak to anybody. I was in New York tripping. I was speaking to air. What up now? They're like, what? Like, what's wrong with this
don't
fool?
New York have that effect on you though? When you get up there around all those beautiful people.
Come on, man. I was like, how y'all doing?
And you be like,
man,
oh
they're
my
like,
God.
if you don't shut up,
right?
It's such a cultural.
They think you're trying to set them up or something.
Right. That's
You
your
attract to everybody. Yeah, I know you.
I talk to everybody.
Yeah,
I go into a room now. I'm speaking to you.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, you said that you was you went to A&T. You did football, right?
Yeah. So I got a football scholarship to A&T. You know.
So you want no scrub?
Yeah, no. We did a little something. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finished strong, but
Shout
I was
out
on the team.
for the scholarship.
I started out strong. I was rookie of the year my freshman year, but that senior year, Lord have mercy, we weren't looking too good. But yeah, man, I think that's where, you know, I really, just like all of us, you know, that's where I really grew up. You know, that's where I found myself, because that's where I hit rock bottom at too. You know, when A&T in 2004, again, football scholarship, everything was going great. Going into my second year, end up getting hurt for the first time. First time ever getting hurt before.
Oh, wow.
And so I got, you know, football's taken away from me for like 6 weeks. That was enough to just shock me mentally.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when you playing HBCU, you miss homecoming. That like missing everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a highlight, right?
Man, come on, you can't miss homecoming.
Right.
So I thought I was just gonna be out for a couple of weeks, and it ended up being almost majority of the season, pretty much. Nagging injury, but I didn't know how to process that.
Yeah.
And I ended up I went to class but never did work. Went from a 3.1 GPA to a 2.4.
Yeah.
And so, and then I kept on screwing up and went down to a 1.9, 1.6. And it was just, and I never could get it back up to where it needed to be. They're like, hey, if you don't get it right, we're going to take your scholarship away. And they end up taking my scholarship away. And I couldn't play football for an entire year the following year.
Wow.
So I went from, 6 weeks couldn't play ball to now the entire year.
Yeah.
And then that's when I just boom. But it was a decision I had to make was, what do you place your faith in? What are you going to do with your time? And so that's when I started embracing, really, really going into church, really going into God for myself, not for my parents, not for family.
That's important.
And so that's when I really discovered it. My best friend at the time, he had the same thing happen to him, academic probation, kicked off the team. And instead of embracing positivity, he started drinking more, clubbing more.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, 2 years after that, he took his life.
Oh man!
And
sorry to hear
because
that,
he
bro.
couldn't find his way.
Yeah.
And
that could have been you too,
bruh. So that's what hit me at his funeral. Speaking at his funeral, I'm looking at his parents and looking at his picture behind me, and I'm like, this literally could be him talking to my mom, talking about me, and I'm like, man. And so that shifted me.
I'm sure.
And so that's what really made me discover, like, okay, what we on this earth to do? You know
right.
what
What's
saying?
my purpose?
Yeah. What we here? And then people were like, man, what was the answer? And it was comedy.
That's what's up.
And it was like, that's how I want you to navigate through life and share your life and flow through comedy. And so it seemed like the weirdest thing, but at the end of the day, that's what I love to do.
Right.
Outside of football, there was nothing that ever grabbed me. Not being a doctor, lawyer, nothing else, but making people laugh. And so we just took that and ran. This 2008 now, so we just took that and we ran with it. We've been running ever since.
Yeah, it's nothing like having your passion be your paycheck.
Come on, somebody. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't nothing like that. And you made that pivot from football to comedy.
Yeah.
And fortunately enough, through that tragedy, seeing those things even with your friends, you grab something from that. And a lot of times we can go deeper instead of pulling from those scenarios.
Right,
and I'm glad you done that. And then hearing that testimony is important for them as well. Hey, if you're going through something in life, you think it can't get no worse, it can get better. If you think things are getting worse and worse, things can get better. It's just time to make a pivot. Maybe you're doing the wrong thing. Maybe look, they call it insanity, doing the same thing and expecting different results.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm glad you shared that. And that was my question was what made you pivot? So I kind of got that idea.
Yeah.
And also, what do you think your purpose is in comedy?
At the end of the day, my pastor always said, it's just a setup to present the gospel. You know what I'm saying? So, but comedy, outside of that, as far as being a tool or vessel, it's simply just to like, I love the highest point, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm trying to get you back to.
Right.
Because I know somebody in that crowd, they need this.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know
therapy.
God. A marriage needed. I need it.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? I be needing to laugh sometimes. Marriages need to laugh. My marriage needs it sometimes, So,
Right.
So I know that it's purposeful. So that's why that's really why we do it. That's the whole purpose in it. Just to be a light in the room.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's the biggest thing, man.
Yeah, man, that's big. Now, what you performing? I know you've been all across the country. What's some of your favorite, maybe top 3 places to perform?
Top 3 places to perform. I would have to say, anywhere in Texas because they got brisket. Hello, somebody.
Come on,
they got that.
brisket.
They got that brisket. You know what I'm saying? Somebody wanted to book me in Fort Worth. I said, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. I'll be there tomorrow. I'll be there tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So I love. It's all about the cities, and I was able to perform, and we probably did the Virgin Islands almost like 4 or 5 times.
Oh wow!
So being out there, it's like, man, this is like you said. We out here for work, but I get to go to the water, the blue water.
Right. I can
see my pinky toe.
Hello?
Come on now. I can't go to Myrtle Beach. I can't go. The little one with the little nail on there that hanging on. I can see that pinky toe now. So I can't see that at Myrtle Beach. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I can't see that
You
at Myrtle
can't see the
Beach.
big toe.
I want to.
You can't see the big toe.
I can't see my knees.
You can't see your feet. I'm about to say you can't even see your
my
feet
knees.
in Myrtle Beach.
But boy, when I got off that plane in St. Croix, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, you could do St. Thomas as well next to what? So I love that.
That's love.
And I would say this, and kind of shocks a lot of people. For comics, the comedy mecca is New York, but I performed in Mississippi. I was in Clinton, Mississippi, and Jackson, Mississippi. Did 2 shows there. I ain't never heard a laugh like that in my life.
Really?
Wow.
They laugh so different, man.
Dang.
It's like, man, that thing full, like it just fueled me, man. It was like full of laughter, man. It was different. One, the hospitality was crazy. It's something about them country towns, you know.
Yeah,
man?
you know
but
it.
man, when I did a show that it felt, I had to pause after I said a joke because the laughter hit so different. The room was packed. There was about 500 people there, and it was just like, whoa, it hit me in my chest. I'm like, yeah, this different.
So,
Wow.
which one is it comparable to when you was on the field playing football, when you hear them stadiums going crazy when they make a play?
No, let me tell you the truth. You want to know the truth about playing football at A&T? Yeah, I mean, y'all might have to edit it out, but I love my school, but it get quiet in there. You know what I'm saying?
It get quiet.
Man, it get quiet. You know what I'm saying? It's not like playing ball at like a HBCU. It's not like playing in the SEC or the ACC. I'd have been to a Tennessee game.
Right.
I got chills going through. Now you gonna smell a pork chop sandwich at A&T. You know, you gonna smell a rib with some rib tip burning up there. You know what I'm saying? But we always kind of talk about that. As far as now, if it weren't for the band that really brings that environment, that energy, so but some games do get a little quiet, and then you also gotta, I also gotta tell the truth too. We were losing now when I was playing.
That's y'all fault. That's y'all fault, man.
We lost about every game.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna bring that up.
So truth be told,
You gotta give them something to cheer about.
I didn't get the.
I was gonna say, well, won't you dare?
We would lose. I didn't get the whole ANC or the HBCU experience. Like, man, I love it. No, we were losing. Them jokers in there like, these jokers better lose again. You know what I'm saying? They were frustrated. So
we here just for the band.
Look. We down like three touchdowns, and this is first quarter. But I'm joking like, I shouldn't have came. I shouldn't have came. I wish the band would play something else right now.
Right.
So that's what we were feeling, honestly. So the vibe a little bit different now, and then we kind of got out of the whole HBCU conference, so it's a little different. When you playing the school you ain't never heard of, but it's different when you playing against a Norfolk State.
Yeah.
When you playing against when you playing against Central. Now you got those rivalry games. Now, we in there. Like I think my first game ever was we played at NC State Stadium, but we played Central.
Okay,
and so, man, I don't know what was going on. They just had it there, and I'm telling you, it was crazy. The energy was wild, but when we got into the heart of the years when we weren't winning, it was some solid nights. It was some solid nights.
So minded. Now, speaking about the cheers and the crowd, like when you was doing the comedy show, 500 plus people, you just feeling it. Now, where were you at when you first bombed? And what did you learn from the experience?
Subscribe now for part 2.
The Highest Point Podcast.
More than a pod, it's a lifestyle.